Hey, Kara and Dobie Joe here. Today we are going to learn Cripple Creek, page 34 in your primer book. Let's check our tuning real quick. My D is in tune. My A is in tune. My D is in tune. Okay, page 34, Cripple Creek. At the very top of the page, you see your tablature. We're going to go from 7 to 4 to 2, 3, 5, 4. We got a lot of moving around to do. One of the things that you might warm up on is just going from 7 to 4, 7, 4. Okay, and practice that back and forth. Make sure you can make that move pretty easily. All right, let's go ahead and try this tablature together. Now, the song Cripple Creek is typically played in jam sessions in the key of G. What that means is the very first chord that would be played in the song would be a G chord. And since we're dulcimer players and we're just learning, we're going to do it in the key of D as in dog, okay? All of our songs, as a matter of fact, in this beginner book are in the key of D. What that means is that all the notes that you'll find in these songs are generally found in the D major scale, and all the chords are in the key of D. D, G's, and A's being the most important chords we've got in the key of D. All right. Yabbity, yabbity, yabbity. Let's get to the tab. 1, 2, and 3, 4. We're going to do that again. That together with my metronome set at 63. Using your device that you're using as a metronome, whether it's an app on your cell phone or a good electronic metronome like this with no bells and whistles on it, it just gives you plain ticks and you turn the dial to set how fast you want it to go, or whether it's a real fancy one that gives you all kinds of options. Go from that tempo, what did I say, it was 63, up to maybe 69 and try it. Okay, once you've mastered at 69, take it up to, say, around 78 and try it. And keep, what I generally do is I take my metronome and I keep climbing around. I play it, every time I play it perfectly, I get to advance to another number, okay? As soon as I start hitting the wall, and this is one of the most important practice tips I'm ever going to give you. I want you to try this on all the stuff you play with me. As soon as I hit the wall and I start playing sloppy, I back it up. Let's say that I hit the wall at 92 and I could no longer play it at 92. I started getting sloppy. I would back it back down to 89 where I last played it perfectly, and I'd practice it a couple of times, and then I'd challenge that next number again until I can finally get past that spot without messing up. Okay? So that's what you should do. It's a really great way to practice. It takes a lot of patience and a lot of time to practice that way, but I guarantee you're going to get great results if you do. All right? So let's talk about these chords. A reminder, it says here, I've written on the about the third way of the down of the page. It says a reminder. Let me get closer to it because my eyes are failing me as always. When you have two chords in one measure, your boom diddy pattern will look like this, and it gives you an example of a G to a D in the same measure, and then an A to a D in the same measure. So it's going to sound like boom, diddy, boom, diddy, A, diddy, D, diddy. Okay? Those are the measures that you've got two chords in one 4-beat measure. So you've got to split those 4 beats up. All right, let's go ahead and play our chords on this. All right, here we go. I'm always singing really low and sorrowfully, like when I'm singing these songs, because the key of D is not my vocal key. So you got to bear with me, all right? I'm just asking for your kindness when you have to listen to me sing these pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4. I got a gal at the head of the creek, going up to see her in the middle of the week. Kiss her on the mouth, as sweet as any wine, wraps herself around me like a sweet potato vine. Going up to Cripple Creek, going on the run, going up to Cripple Creek to have a little fun. Going up to Cripple Creek, going in a whirl, going up to Cripple Creek to see my girl. Now this will be a good time to go back to your tab. So you sing a little bit, and then you go back and you play your tab. Especially if you're in a dulcimer group, it's a good way to make for a really nice entertainment package if you get invited to play somewhere. That is, if you've got good singers in your group. If you don't have good singers in your group, I don't know, maybe you don't want to sing. Second line. We do that second line again. Now we're going to go back to singing. We're going to start on Girls on Cripple Creek, all the way down there toward the bottom of the page. Girls up on Cripple Creek, about half grown, jump on a man like a dog on a bone. I'll roll my britches up to my knees, wade in old Cripple Creek when I please. And that would be a great time to go back and do your tablature again, and then end the song on your tablature, okay? All right, so without the metronome, let me show you about how fast I would normally play this on my own. Now, you know what happens when I show you this. I try to follow the tab and play it exactly like I've asked you to play it, and sometimes I make mistakes. I start playing by ear. You know, it gets kind of crazy, so bear with me. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wraps herself around me like a sweet potato vine. Going up to Cripple Creek, going on the run. Going up to Cripple Creek to have a little fun. Going up to Cripple Creek, going in the world. Going up to Cripple Creek to see my girl. Alright, so I was fumbling words all over the place, but it doesn't matter. I was having a good time. That's the important part of it. Alright, that gives you an idea of how fast you might hear this song played. Now remember what I said at the beginning of the lesson. If you want to play it that fast, you got to start slow and slowly speed it up. When you get to the point where you're playing it that fast, I'll tell you what happens. This boom diddy boom diddy boom diddy pattern becomes automatic and you are no longer thinking about it. You turn on the boom diddy machine, as I say, and then you follow your notes. Okay? All right. Try to have some fun with this piece. I will see you next time when we're going to learn the song Liberty on page 35. We are moving along. Thanks for hanging out with me. Bye-bye.